Hey you! Yes you! Are you a nostalgia freak? Do you yearn for a simpler time? Then the WOC Archive is the place for you. We've got footage from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Culled from an old tape trader's collection bought off Craigslist. You'll find obscure and lost TV, news, interviews, music, sports, and everything in between. And it's all with original commercials. Every day a new tape, every day a new adventure. Subscribe today to the WOC Archive.
Hello Internet, my name is Adam Riot Thorne of Riot At The Movies. Just before this live stream event about 16mm sitcoms for the WOC Archive, I wanted to make a point that we recorded this on Easter Sunday, and realized that we were airing it on 420, so we forgot to make any pot jokes. And for that, I'm sorry. Smoke them if you got them.
Oh man. I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to the show. Welcome, Adam. Thank you for joining once again. I am Morgan. I run the WOC Archive, which is my weird collection of what is now, at this point that we're recording this, 3,188 tapes of TV recorded material that I have acquired from all over this great province of ours. I actually have gone all the way to the north, so I have gone across this great province.
Into the States, haven't you? You've got some stuff.
I have not gone into the States, but some of the content does come from the US, because of course in Southern Ontario we got lots of Buffalo channels.
I just thought you were crazy enough that you would cross the border with.
I would, but there hasn't been a collection that has been worth the effort yet.
I guess I just told myself in my head that you did that because I just assumed you're insane. But we're here to talk about something else, aren't we? Yes. You've brought me here for a reason.
We are here to talk about 16mm television prints. So amongst
so off-brand for you.
I know, right? Well, and I can show you. This is an actual 16mm television print of an episode of MASH. MASH Captain Courageous. I'm not sure what episode or what season that one's from, but it has its original commercials in it from when it aired. So if you didn't realize, back in the day, and actually up until probably the mid 80s, maybe even into the 90s,
the MASH sitcom
content was played off of 16mm film, played live to television. It was through a process called telecine, which is probably pretty obvious. Television, cinema, telecine. And that's how everything played. In Barrie, the channel CKVR that I have an astonishing amount of content tape from, that's all that they played. So a lot of the time, halfway through an episode of something, the film reel would break and they'd have to put up the card, and then the movie would come back at a little bit further down the line. Whatever got lost in that break was never to be seen again.
You get great episodes of murder mystery shows where it'd be like, oh, we're just gonna go see Dave. It cuts, and then Dave is dead.
Yeah, the amount of times these prints were all like broken and spliced, and like this print of MASH doesn't look very good because it's an old TV print, and it moved around from station to station. And so collectors would take these film reels and they transfer them. So like a lot of the early day tape traders of television content worked in TV stations and had access to all of this content. And so that's how I have all of this content, because they traded it with other tape traders. And the one collection that I bought, he had a huge collection. I think I have like 600 plus episodes of TV that are just original film prints.
Do you have anything you can do with them? Like, do you even have a 16mm player, let alone?
Oh, no, these aren't actually. Okay, so yes, this is a film print. Yeah. I only have a couple of them.
Oh, you just mean people who copied them?
Yeah. All of the content that I'm going to show you is taped to tape. So somebody has already taken that film reel and
you even said that. I just am oblivious to the world. Everybody else said that. You don't need to. You know what? You just need to explain that to me.
This is the perfect moment to show you a little bit about what telecine is. For those of you that don't understand the process, just like Adam.
I do actually.
Well, I'm still going to make you learn all about it.
Because I wouldn't get to see this, because I love these.
I'm going to see a lot of these coming up.
The Telescine suite is part of the television process, if you like, which enables cine films.
Which hilariously, this is
television.
much more present day.
Yes.
That they did that beginning to be like, here's a video to show you how. Oh, that's so you, Morgan.
What I've got here is a roll of
If
colour
you do
editing
have
film,
reels
which
that you
we are
really,
going
really
to
want to find out and want to get it
ultimately transfer to
digitized,
digital tape.
I got a guy.
So this is
Oh,
the
cool.
Hook you up.
stage of,
I mean, I would love to just play around with one of these things.
I got a guy who spent 10 grand on getting a home unit so he
Oh,
could
wow.
digitize.
This has been straight from the lab. Pretty
Right,
much.
that sounds awesome.
And not just the AV Geek guy. He's, I mean, a local guy in town.
So this is a professional grade one that would have been used at various TV stations. This is obviously in Britain.
Or that guy is at least in Britain.
No, this is BBC footage. That's how I found it
I
online.
have to stop everything
And a great flub, the film is actually backwards, so, first time putting it on, this guy fucks it up.
Which is an example that everybody has the issues with. So I think that's a good way to show it. When I was in college, I went to college for news and radio broadcasting, and we had to learn in our first 2 weeks how to do everything only on old tape, just for like.
Oh wow, tape to tape. That's good.
Yeah,
that makes you have to think about it, right?
Yeah, we had to run it through. We had to edit, learn how to cut it, and we had to do our first couple of shows on it just for the hell of it. Not that they ever thought that would be a thing. It was just everyone else went through it. So you guys
a time, so lacing up
the
one
media
of these
world is such a
comes in second
fucking
nature.
pay your dues thing, and like if I got a beat down every time I did it, you better get a beat down
Right.
too. Upon 5.
Yeah, so this is what an early 1980s version of this would have looked like. And then here's what it looked like in CKVR in the 80s. That's the actual machine that you would have been watching films being played out from.
Where's Chris?
And here is an example of film
Would you find
breaking
him and tell him I want him
on
here?
CKVR during an episode of The Cat.
And now, Miss Winslow,
Starring Robert LaLoggia.
Look at this photograph.
LaLoggia,
let's
however the
forget
heck
about
you
the
say his name.
stage.
Oh, here we go.
Who's trying to drive you mad?
Love the drive-through
man.
they set on fire. And
That's the way he looked when I married him.
Kill you?
Oh, that's the way he looked, huh?
Yep. There you go. So
Late
they
night movie.
bring up the late night movie. This is not a late night movie. That's just the only card they had ready to go.
A
then
most
back to the show.
distinguished actor.
But this didn't just happen on film. This would happen on tape as well. So this is a clip from Death Hunt where the tape fucks up. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm shocked that still doesn't happen, even in the digital age. That's just something
Well,
would go wrong.
everything's just so automated.
Yeah. But
And I wouldn't even be pissed if this is what was playing. But
in your nerdy knowledge, Mr. Nerdy Wizard,
You're a wizard. Morgan.
do you know when, like, magnetic tape, not yet the VHS tape, but like the big honkers for TV became the norm? Do you know when that became the mainstream?
I would assume sometime in the 1950s is when they would have been used in television stations. So like 1-inch tape would have been done around then.
Oh, I mean, like, oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In some cases.
Just like the big hunkin', usually like yellow looking supersized VHS tapes that were being used at the time.
I mean, like that stuff would have come in later. So
In
like
the 70s, I would have thought.
yeah, in the 70s. Well, in the 70s is when you could get home machines that you could actually tape on.
Yeah, but like 78 or something like that, I think is when.
No, you could get them in like the early 70s.
Oh, really?
They did
only the
exist.
cool guys had them.
Oh yeah, and like they were big honking units. It cost a lot of money.
They still weren't VHS tapes per se either, though. They were
no, they were a
still
different
those-
type of format.
Yeah, the
like,
big super.
there was
tapes that you
U-matic, there was other types of formats
Yeah.
that came out. But at a certain point, like you could also rent 16 millimeters. So that's what a lot of people did. So
Yeah.
in some of these TV prints were also just rentable. So you could, call into a catalog and they'd rent you a print and send it to you.
It wasn't the norm to transfer stuff over until
yeah.
way later, until it was like popular and affordable to be at home. Before they were like, well, it's only going to have one version. We share them between the stations, so we're not going to transfer it over. If the station has anything, if it's been around for a couple of years, they got the equipment, just send them the reel. It's good.
Yeah, and so that's basically all of that CKVR played back in the day. But they did play like regular commercials, so you wouldn't have seen these like 60s or 50s commercials like what I have here, which is what the traders were actually trading them for, was to be able to get these old shows, but also these old commercials. And another thing that I love about this stuff that I can't get enough of is station promos. I find station promos to be absolutely fascinating. Things that are like, promos for upcoming shows, promos for, the next big thing. They weren't meant to be watched over and over again. They were just meant to like be flashy once. And so they're kind of like lost to time. I find them fascinating because of that. So I've cut together a reel of vintage station promos for you.
I'll let you know. I'm looking forward to this. This is the shit I like to see. And then I'm going to show you something. It reminded me of something I own, so I'll show you that as soon as this is done.
Okay. And of course,
Electra.
It's a funny thing about funny things. No two people laugh the same way.
It's true. No two people do laugh the same way.
That's why
we can't all laugh like Jimmy Carr.
ABC's wide world of entertainment, you'll find a wide variety of comedy shows.
Oh, McHale's Navy.
There's Broadside,
The Patty Duke
a
Show.
great new comedy about 4 girls on an island with
Sean
4,000
Austin's mom.
sailors.
All right, girls, come out and meet the enemy.
Patty Duke is Sean Astin's mom.
I think so.
Let's just say this is where you win the
But then he was adopted by her short-time husband,
Well, that's how
who
it
took more
is
care
on
of him than
Now,
she
here's
did.
how it might be if a
Was
man married a girl
John
and
Austin
she turned out to be
Adam's family.
bewitched.
Adam's family. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Bewitched.
Yeah.
Is this the first or second? This must be the first, Darren.
I think it's the first, but I can never tell. But I think the second one was only in color.
Remember, no matter what
Then again, this
makes you
commercial
laugh, this
managed
season
with
you'll
black and white,
find
even when
everything
television was in
from
color.
Broadside to
That
Bewitched.
happened.
I do not remember Broadside, but I've definitely seen Bewitched.
Yeah, known McHale's Navy pretty well, of course.
So NBC now for you? That graphics.
NBC and the light
Right
bright.
up, ladies and gentlemen, and enjoy your favorite
International Showtime.
Showtime with your host Don Amici.
Don Amici. You remember that big star Don Amici?
He's a legend. He was
so easy.
I agree. Didn't he win an Oscar for Cocoon?
Well, he was already a legend and an old man at that point. He was already Betty White's dad on Golden Girls.
Oh, wow.
Jungle Kings with a lady
Of course, always comes back to Golden
High
Girls.
over the crowd, laughing
I guess
at
anybody
the
who was anybody was on
China,
Golden Girls.
breaking all the
You're
laws
talking old
of
television. You're talking
Whatever your pleasure, yours
sitcoms.
and your
You're stuck with
each
this
week
today,
on
buddy.
International
I picked the
Showtime.
perfect person to join.
Hey, what did that
This is
stop
really
happening?
impressive.
That, like live events, nobody cared to have them on television anymore.
Yeah, well, this is what so much of TV was. Oh, and then of course,
Who's the mighty hero who really rings the bell?
Oh, this is just a Flintstones commercial. It's not even a commercial using Flintstones, because that was a weird thing that they were advertisers for everything.
oh, I got some more Flintstones coming up advertising things. Don't you worry.
One egg or two, Fred?
Yes,
Look at that
the
egg.
Flintstones are cooking up some real surprises this year. You'll see big name
And
guest
make some
stars
eggs
like
in a moment.
Anne Margrock.
Go along with that weird tuna sandwich I was thinking of earlier.
Anne
Got to do
Margaret,
it. Oh yeah.
Super Babe,
Pebbles
and
is
Margaret.
cuter than ever. She really has a ball. And nothing can stop Fred and his friend Barney as they hot
And
rod
Margaret's
their
the
way
other
into
one,
New
the
Found.
other girl in the Grumpy Old Men movies,
Here
right?
comes the
Yeah.
Flint.
Yeah.
Watch the swinging show that everybody goes for, the Flintstones.
Well, she's like the girl that they won in the first one. That they're fighting over in the first movie.
Oh, Sophia Loren's not
Sophia
in the
Loren's
first
in the
one?
second one.
Oh,
Your
okay.
skills in the many technical schools of the United States Army. Check with your Army recruiter. You'll find if you're good enough to get
Check
in,
with the
a
Army.
proud future can be yours in the new Action Army.
All I remember,
The
Grumpy
new
Old Men.
Action Army.
The Action Army. This one's
You
more
could join.
fun.
You could join the Action Army, the new Action Army.
We plan on shooting people more this season, like that cops game you showed me.
I'm so happy. I feel like that cops game. Yes.
You've seen the TV show. Now, play the game.
And experience the thrill of real-life law enforcement. You have a responsibility protect and serve the innocent. Do you have what it takes to make a difference?
I'm so happy that you keep bringing up Golden Girls, because I've cut together a reel of celebrity endorsements, because that was also a huge thing, and there might just be a Golden Girl present. So let's get right to it with some celebrity.
If we're going old, my guess before you play it.
Okay.
If we're going old, it's Betty White. But if you're going the greatest celebrity endorsement of all Golden Girls, it's the Canadian commercials of B. Arthur for Shoppers Drug Mart. But if we're going old,
I agree.
If we're going old, it's got to be Betty White.
It just might be Betty White. Let's find out in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and it's Betty.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you'll forgive me for stepping out of character for a really big moment. One I've
Really
been
big
eagerly
show.
waiting for weeks. For the many of you who have asked, what will the leader do next? I'm thrilled to present
I like the
Plymouth's
tape
proud
damage
reply.
on
Ladies and gentlemen,
what is also a
this
16
is
millimeter
the
print.
Yeah. Next on Thunderbirds. Oh wait, what? There's not
So
enough
everything
dancing
is
in
jingles. Everything is jingles back then.
They were like the richest guys in Hollywood, the jingle writers at that time. Imagine that moment when that was your life and then it didn't matter all of a sudden.
And it just disappeared.
If not
and then
just
you were
disappeared,
relegated to the radio.
It became so generic. So even like the guys doing like beer commercials, we're not getting paid that kind of level.
No,
There's
yeah,
so
they
many
weren't
of them
making OG jingle writer money.
The jingles were still there, that they were just in the background, not as much as the foreground.
Yeah.
But the guy who wrote this, I bet he made bank.
He ate a lot of steaks and drank a lot of scotch. Probably died of a heart attack at a very young age.
Covered in steaks and scotch. I wrote that jingle!
here it is, the big, beautiful new Plymouth. And it's
Beautiful.
simply wonderful.
Star of the forward look.
Who's that?
The other guy on whatever Betty White show
This
was.
is a luxurious four-door sedan.
Maybe.
Isn't the new girl
No,
beautiful?
in the Betty White show, her
Everything
husband
about
wasn't
this
her
new
real
Plymouth
husband.
is years ahead.
Man, these cars are beautiful. Like 50s cars were very nice looking.
Plymouth Suburban.
Even
is
that.
the biggest
Just
station wagon
slowly
of them
killing
all.
the environment.
Designed for
I mean, yeah,
any
they
kind
are
of
not
job.
good for the environment
More
by any
new
stretch. But
exclusive features than
you could
any
crash
other
this
station
thing
wagon in
and
the low-price
everyone would
sales.
survive.
A wonderful car to own.
Except for whatever it hit.
Yes, you would kill whatever you hit, but you would survive.
And here's the new Plymouth convertible.
Because
Just
50s
like
cars
mine.
were tanks.
That's a
Never
pretty
before has
badass.
so much beauty and riding fun been built into
That's a
any
sexy
car.
car.
Wouldn't you love to just,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
ride
One
around
look,
with your
one ride, and you'll
with your
agree.
scarf
There's
flailing
no
in the
catching
wind?
Plymouth
With
now.
your best girl.
Yeah, right. Your best gal by your side, drinking
Cruising
sody
around
pops.
The California beach lines in that car with a net full of Jello at your side. I mean,
Yeah, perfect. Living the dream.
So many people complain about that Barbie movie going, what's the plot? And it's like, it's just Back to the Beach. Accept it. That's not a plot. It's just a great fun movie. Morgan and I are
Barbie.
going to be there at the premiere of Barbie with cigars in our
I
mouths.
can't wait for the Barbie movie. It's gonna be great.
Is that Ronnie?
Paraxo powdered hand
Good old Ronnie,
plastic decorator container.
the man that helped fuck the entire world up right here.
Right here.
On
Right
your
now.
bathroom or kitchen
It's
sink.
selling you soap.
Perfect for everyday hand washing.
Perfect for everyday
Sound like you
hand.
just said, oh, selling you soap. I thought you were saying
And
selling
here's
used
exciting
soap.
new Baraxo
The
water
one
hand
product
soap.
that's
Watch.
never sold used.
Just a little dab.
Boraxo. Oh yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Soil stains, grease.
With more aerosol, you know, getting into the air. Just what we need.
In fact, new Baraxo waterless hand cleaner removes
Blood on our hands.
Gets hands clean and smooth.
Oh,
fast
I mean, they
anytime.
did pretty good.
In the
Erases
workshop,
the blood off your hands.
anything on the road, anywhere.
Borax.
Without
Boraxo.
What a convenience. That's new Baraxo waterless hand cleaner. And
Waterless.
remember Baraxo powdered hand soap in the attractive new plastic container.
Oh, it is attractive. That is a nice plastic container. Probably still rotting away in
We're
some
visiting a typical American housewife,
place.
the proud owner of a new Studebaker Lark.
Who's gonna be the who is it gonna be? Who's gonna be the typical American housewife?
Lucille Ball.
Okay. You going with Lucy?
Or Mary Tyler Moore.
Okay. We're going with either Lucy or Mary Tyler Moore. Nope.
Mrs.
That was my third guess.
Oh, that's one of my names.
But we're supposed to interview a new lark owner.
But I'm a new lark owner. You want to see my lovely new car?
I love her
Right
voice.
there in the driveway.
But I'm a new lark
Oh,
owner.
the lark styling, Miss Gabor. How do you like it?
Miss Gabor.
Well, frankly...
But I mean, like, what a name, too, Jaja.
Frank. At first I thought it's too big, it's too high. But then I found out why they raised the roof. I can get
It's weird that her sister didn't have the same kind of accent.
And
I
without losing
I pull
my
some
leg.
heavy
I
suspect
can
on
jump in.
her accent.
Oh, I'm sure this is a put on, yeah. There's no way that Charo sounds like Charo either.
Charo does. Oh yeah.
Of course,
Yeah?
darling.
Oh,
No,
poor
there's
Charo.
so many home videos and stuff she posts of herself. Like,
Night with the new
unless she
high
just does
hair,
it all the
it's
time in
so
front of her
easy to get
family.
in.
It's never
Yeah,
stopped.
And
it's an
this
affectation that
high.
is
It's so
continued
nice,
on.
so
Or
chic.
Or at least it
she's-
is at this
And how do you
point.
like
Even
our
Arnie
built-in
said that
vanity
that's
cake?
Arnold Schwarzenegger said he's a victim of that. That
This
he's
is a
like
great idea.
he used to
And
make
the
it
car
worse
performance,
so that he
Mr.
can have a
Bond?
persona,
Oh, it's
and now he
divine.
doesn't know the difference.
And I don't know
Yeah,
the
that
birds
makes
say,
sense.
oh,
It's
that's
not on purpose
great.
now.
Disc brakes?
You clever thing. How did you know? Well, my friend says I would be in jail from
this
coast
is
to
not a
coast if
nice
I wouldn't
car.
have them.
The
And
Lark is
you
not
know,
an attractive car, not
after
like the
little
Plymouth.
togetherness with a garage door, a whole
But if
new
it comes with
fender only
Jaja,
costs
I'm
$12.
buying.
Because the fender is
It's
full
the
on.
large.
And with these flat floors, you can't
So
break your
again, to
heel or
connect
get
to
your
Golden
new
Girls,
shoes
Can't
back.
break
We'll
your
jump-
heel. Remember,
About your
ladies,
Lark, Miss
you
We'll
jump
can't
to a-
break your heel.
A great
Well, it's
episode
not
of
too
Empty
big, it's
Nest,
not too
the show
small,
connected to
it's
Golden
completely
Girls,
different. And
where
I
one of the
like
main
it.
characters gets
It's
arrested and finds
Will you
Jaja
pay
in
to
the
say
jail
these
cell with
things,
them.
Miss Gabor?
And I
Amazing.
believe
It's
Jaja
amazing,
says,
of course,
like, "What are you
yes.
doing here?"
I
"Oh,
get
they
a
were
card
giving
in
me a
every
speed
color for
ticket,
every day
so I
of the week."
slapped the silly
And I
man."
love it.
Yeah, that seems like something Jaja would do. There you go.
I think
That's-
she did. I think that was like a joke towards something that really did happen to her, but I don't
Back
know.
when celebrities used to turn their ill deeds into PR stunts
Yeah,
by
gags,
bringing
yeah.
it up
Yeah.
on Carson and talking about it as a joke.
Wow, she did. I mean, she was famous for being a diva. Her sister was an actor. She wasn't really an actor. She just appeared as cameo characters and stuff because she was her.
Oh wait, Ava Gabor is Jaja Gabor's sister. I never put that together.
Oh, and that's why one has the accent and one doesn't.
Oh, interesting. Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know,
it's
like
definitely
if
a
they're
put on.
like, yeah, or like one was raised differently, and the other one went, as youth into acting. They're related to some extent anyway, but because they've definitely both been on an episode together of The Love Boat, going, "Oh, I hate her."
Not this woman.
After seeing your wonderful commercials and all those celebrity clips, I had to bring out some stuff from my home on here. Just have to reach, off camera to find it, which is just cartoon ceiling commercials. It's just I think they're all the 60s. Yeah, they go from 1961 to 1977 of
that's
collections
awesome.
of times that commercials used cartoons, and like these two Neanderthal friends of ours, Fred and Barney, my hands won't go the right way, they would often sell cigarettes and things like that.
It's true. They would often sell cigarettes. And you know what? Why don't we watch some of those cigarette commercials right now? Because you've brought it up. What perfect timing. Here we go. Here's all those wonderful cigarette ads that used to entice 2-pack-a-day smokers back in the day.
And if it wasn't for these commercials, advertising sometimes to children, we wouldn't have had Pez.
Yeah, that's true.
Pez was made to stop kids smoking.
I did not know that.
That's why they're made to look like lighters. 13-year-olds in 1950s were smoking like crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure. Everybody was. Nothing says manliness quite like working on the.
They're the paper mill.
Working on the maybe it is a paper mill.
Referencing
Look at that hard
another video
hat.
we recorded earlier. And you're smoking weed. That's what.
Smoking.
That's line. Smoking clean. What's a dam?
Yeah, I think they're building a dam.
Damn!
Like, how could you be smoking and also doing that at the same time?
Tobacco in Chesterfield.
Sun-drenched tobacco.
That's when you see like really old, like fucked up guys. They always just have a cigarette unlit in their mouth and it's just stuck there because they're used to having it while using their hands. Does he smoke like Popeye?
My barber is always right. So
Barbers are always right. I don't think he's right about your haircut, though.
What's the best? You have come to
Itchy
the
nose
right man.
while I'm doing this.
Cigarettes, I
It's
know.
like, do I hide it from camera?
Philip
Nah.
Morris filter.
Just pick away.
You're wrong. Philip
Scratching,
Morris doesn't make a
scratching.
filter. I'm right.
In my head.
Philip Morris makes a filter that's full of flavor.
Does that cigarette pack have a three-dimensional label on
Oh
it?
yeah. It's got an embossed label.
Looks like a wax letter
That's
label.
why it's full of flavor.
Imagine smoking while you're getting your hair
Like
cut.
I said, my barber
Got a little off the
is
top,
always
buddy. On this top here.
This one is full of flavor. See? I'm always right.
Always right. Wow. I really don't think he's right about that guy's haircut, though. Like, not at all. Oh.
You hear it everywhere. Particular about taste.
You bet I'm particular, and my
You
pal Mel's
bet
prove it.
I'm particular.
Particular about taste.
You bet I'm particular, and my pell mells prove it.
Particular about
Or
taste.
those longer
bet I'm
Pall Malls
particular,
made for
and my
women?
Pall Malls prove
Yes.
it. Particular people.
So many good jingles. I've had this one in my head for a couple of days now.
Why?
Particular
Because
people,
Pall
like
Malls
particular
natural mildness
pleasures.
means just one thing.
In
Smooth,
the great movie
pleasing
Flight of the
flavor.
Navigator,
Flavor
voiceover
that's
work
blended
done by
in,
Paul
over,
Rubens,
under,
aka
around,
Pee
and
Herman,
through the
goes under the
finest
name of
tobaccos
Paul
money can
Mal's
buy,
because it was
to
the
bring
thing
you
that he saw in his
satisfying
hand when they
flavor
asked him what name he wanted to go by.
Amazing. I did not know that.
He thought, well, I don't want people to know it's Pee Wee Herman or me. And
He's gonna get a balloon that says "I'm particular" on it. Like, you don't want to really advertise that.
Flintstones.
Here we go.
Brought to you by Winston, America's
Look at
best-selling,
that.
best-tasting filter cigarette.
Fred, just lighten up.
Winston tastes good, like a cigarette should.
They had a series of commercials for it. They did a lot of them.
I think I might even have a whole... Oh no, I think it's for Anheuser-Busch. It's a Flintstones, like, 20-minute, basically commercial for Budweiser.
Is that one of the recent ones you got? So you saw a tour of Anheuser-Busch?
Different.
Oh, I also have that. Yeah, no,
Filter
it's not the
cigarette
same
is
thing.
pleasingly mild yet packed with flavor. And here's why. Up ahead of that modern filter, up front where good smoking just naturally begins, Winston
Yeah, because that's
and
what
only
that's how you
Winston
show
has
your.
filter blend. A special selection of fine,
That's how you show your
full-flavored
cigarette, is
tobaccos,
by showing how
specially
long it
processed
is
for
based on
filter
your
smoking.
fingers. I mean, I guess that's how we explain a lot of sizes in phallic form.
6
No
inches.
wonder
That's what
Winston
that
tastes
is.
good like a cigarette
That's
should.
7. That's the
Next
difference.
time, try Winston.
Try some Winstons. There you go. There's some wonderful cigarette ads. To think that they used to advertise smoking. I couldn't find any that said that 4 out of 5 doctors agree that these cigarettes are the best, but those do exist. I'm sure they're somewhere within my 600 plus episodes of
4 out of 5
content.
doctors were paid enough to say.
Yeah,
that
exactly. To say that Philip Morris is the best cigarette in the world, or whatever the heck it was. Craziness. Well, you were talking earlier about the Barbie movie that's coming up, and how excited we both are about the Barbie movie. So I thought maybe we should look back on some vintage Barbie ads, because I have a whole collection of those.
Wait, did you pre-plan that? Was I against like no?
That
okay.
just happened.
You're just like, oh, I happen to have these. Let's go.
I was just, thinking about Barbie, as I do sometimes, and maybe we should look at some Barbie ads.
I'm game. Barbie in the Olympics.
Exciting Olympic Games, and young people from every
Olympic
country
Barbie.
are in Japan for the fun. And you can share it all.
You put a cigarette filter in the torch.
With Midge leading the American cheering section.
Of course, yeah, the Olympic cheerleaders. That was
The
a,
next day, Barbie
that's
and
the thing,
Ken
right?
visited with teenagers from Holland.
Oh, Holland?
And that night, they wore
Dutch.
Mexican
Home of my
outfits to a
mom.
Latin American fiesta. Later in the week, Barbie and Ken went mountain climbing in real
That's quite a mountain climbing outfit that Ken's wearing.
Yodel lady.
He's got quite the
On the
lederhosen.
way home, everyone stopped over in Hawaii.
As you do, just jet setting to Hawaii.
Midge and Alan in these spectacular new travel costumes from all over
Who's
the world.
Midge and who's Alan?
You can get them wherever toys are sold.
They always had specific friends. But I love how in the new Barbie movie they admit that there's just 5
It's
other
mostly
Barbies.
just Barbies, yeah.
Yeah,
What's going on here?
they're all different nationalities of her.
Right. Now, Mattel's famous
Oh, look at
Barbie
this. Look at
has
this
a
awesome
brand new
Barbie's
greenhouse
Playhouse.
with special furniture that's fun to put together and even a sliding
It must have been pretty damn
door
pricey
that
even for that
really
those
opens.
days. I bet not a lot of
Yeah,
kids.
but 1995 probably. Which would have been like $800 now.
Barbie's
Yeah.
new dream house is lots bigger.
Look at
now.
this.
You can
I do remember as a kid
change
thinking that
the
it was
size and shape of the room.
it's one of those things that a lot of action
Or
figure
this,
collecting
or
male
lots of other
boys
ways. You'll
said,
love
"Oh,
Barbie's
kind of." They
wonderful
wouldn't say it.
greenhouse.
They were like, but
It
they
really
knew
is
they
a
were
dream.
jealous that these
And here's
existed. That
Barbie's
didn't have these kind of
Yeah, you
like
can
that
get your own
for their
playhouse.
He-Mans.
Fashion
Yeah.
shows with
E-
Barbie
like other than
miniatures.
Castle Grayskull and Snake
When
Mountain.
you're through playing,
None of those.
fashion
They were never
shop
this
Barbie's
big.
new dream house.
Never that big. Yeah, the figures were also
So
never
you
that
can
big
take
either.
them with
But
you
still,
wherever you go.
we'd make it work.
You can tell them well.
That's swell.
It's a giant mental asylum.
Barbie is giving a surprise party in her
Yeah, why
new
was it
dream
that girls played with big dolls and guys played with little fucking action
teenage
figures
doll.
when we were
Ken's
kids?
buddy, Alan.
I never thought of that.
Alan is
There's the Glenn
exactly
Danzig
the
thing.
same
The more
size
like
as Ken.
jacked you got, the
So he can
squatter
wear
you
all
got.
Ken's handsome outfits, the way Midge wears Barbie's fabulous clothes.
Oh, Midge is back.
And Alan shares
Midge, that's a
wonderful adventures
1950s
with
name.
Barbie and her
Midge is
friends.
the most 1950s name.
Her best friend was not
Saturday,
Midge
along with
after the
Ken.
50s.
And later,
Midge is a
Alan
nice
and
name,
Midge
though.
double date with Ken and Barbie.
It also sounds like a bug.
Sounds like a
Times when
bug.
The weather's nice.
Yeah, a midge.
They all go
Imagine like,
skin
oh, there's too many
diving.
midges outside.
Or they go on a picnic in the country.
There's some kind of bug
You'll
I'm
love
thinking of.
choosing
That sounds
outfits
like
for
it.
Alan and Ken to go along with the ones
Midges
for
and
Barbie
gnats.
Midge. You can get Mattel's
Yeah, midges
new
and gnats,
Alan,
yeah, okay.
along with the genuine Barbie, Ken, Midge, and Skipper, wherever
Oh,
toys
look
are
at
sold.
Skipper was around forever. That was
Tell
like her little
Mattel,
niece or something.
they're
Yeah.
swell.
That sounded
It was
about
a
it.
big day
Little
for
applause.
Barbie.
Oh, that was
She
just
up
the
bright and
coming in
early
from
to
the
choose
show or
just the right
whatever.
costume to
That's
wear.
applause, okay.
And after putting her dream house in order,
Nice
she was
hat.
on her way to work at
Two-
Barbie's
3 pearl
fashion
necklaces
shop.
around her
Now Barbie
entire
has
neck.
her very own fashion
Wasn't the
shop,
first
and
time.
You can have one too. There's
Oh.
a window mannequin you can dress.
Oh,
Cue ZZ Top.
counter,
your own fashion
shelves
shop.
for hats and bags, a rack for the Barbie costumes and
bag.
accessories
Look
that
at
you
this.
buy, as well as a mirror and chairs for customers.
Oh,
Here comes
boy.
Barbie on stage now to model one of her newest gowns. You'll have great fun putting the shop and all of its furnishings together to
You
stay
can do a
Yeah, I never
montage
had
having
a-
Midge outside going, nah, I don't think so.
New
Comes
Barbie
back in, does
fashion
the
shop
change.
folds up neatly for storage, just like the
Look
Barbie
at the size of
dream
that.
house. You can get Barbie's fashion shop.
You can
and
also
the
hide
Barbie
a
dream
small
house
dead body in
wherever toys are sold. You can tell they're Mattel.
When you accidentally kill your
They're
hamster,
swell.
you can put it in there. There you go. There's some Barbie ads. Imagine having a few of those Barbies from the 50s. They'd probably be worth a lot of money right now.
Probably. They I
Do
think-
not have.
is it the Barbie? Is that one series of documentaries, The Toys That Made Us? And
Mhm.
like at one point they wanted, I can't remember if, yeah, I think it is the Barbie person, the person who in like the 70s or in the early 80s was sort of the reason for Mattel to get screwed over for a little bit. The Barbie wasn't selling as much as it used to, so
Oh.
they hijacked a bunch of the trucks that were going to ship stuff out to say that
that's
these orders were
awesome.
happening, and they hid them. And then they got the woman who did that got caught because she was the one designing the Barbies at that year,
That's
and wanted to seem
amazing.
like they were. So they were like, we went to the factory, they're gone, they've sold.
How is
They're
that
like-
not a movie? Forget the Barbie movie. I want that. I want the
Yeah.
Barbie heist movie.
Changes the Barbie movie to be more like this new Tetris movie that's coming out.
Right, exactly. Well, that's it. That's all the clips I have to show for the pre-show. Coming up, we've got an
I'm
episode.
gonna have to do a few things before we go. I gotta
You
add
gotta
in a
do-
few things here.
You got things to add? I didn't realize.
I came in here to shake myself around. I was like, we're going to talk about sitcoms, but I'm all about the 80s sitcoms. And really, that doesn't apply. Except, of course, Betty White is 100 years old, was 100 years old. And so she was there all the time. But here to pimp out some stuff. It's the 20th on the 25th. We're doing a closed night at Eyesore where I'm playing some leftover shorts and some extra stuff that was on the secondary run of Terrible Fest that you can see. And then this weirdo Morgan and I are going to do a battle of clips. We've gotten some topics in. We're going to go over them just before the show and make sure that we have something to go with it, but we're not going to show each other what they are.
No.
And then we're going to show each other like we do with this and see who has the weirder or funnier clips. So it'll be a legit battle at that. But you'll also get lots of different shorts. And since I'm going to take up your time on your stream, Morgan, we're going to play some of those quick things. So check out our YouTube page, which will have the some other stuff going on there. But I got 2 things to show us.
All
here.
right.
This is going to take up like 5 minutes of your time. The first thing we're going to play is one of those shorts done by a Canadian, and it's a short called, it's an animated short called Mrs. Butterworth. And then I have something extremely obnoxious to end us off before you play your magic stuff.
Right.
But this is beauty. This is art.
This is beautiful. Oh, so trippy.
Yeah. Music by sounds like that band I can never pronounce the name of. I always call them Sugar Rios.
Oh, Sigur Rós.
Sigur Rós, yeah.
Sugar Rios. Oh, dang, that was a good. She did a good job there, dropping that on the pie. She's made pie before.
Auntie Butterworth, she knows what she's doing. She can drop a pie like it's hot. If only it worked like that. Nom, 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 nom. Those eyes.
Oh, beautiful. That seems like a really terrible way to eat a pie.
Cameron Lightly, he's actually a Toronto dude, but he's out in Montreal taking more film school. So maybe we'll see him at one of the events in the future.
That was really impressive. That was some beautiful animation.
Before we go on to your last thing, I have one more thing to show. This is right off topic. This is a female action star that has some legacy in Japan from a series of films and short-lived TV show called Star Virgin.
Here we go.
Morgan has not seen any of this, so I'm just really here for the joy.
I have no idea what to expect. Oh, wow.
Every tokusatsu hero gets crucified at some point. It's just a regular thing in Japan. That's how they capture heroes. Kamen Rider, Japanese Spider-Man has an episode where he does that.
It's appropriate that we're watching this on Easter.
Oh, right, yeah. Wasn't even thinking. Critters 2, everybody.
Oh, the sounds of the forest farting.
It's like King Kong. They're sacrificing her to the
the giant cane toad.
Yeah,
cane toads are such a problem in Australia, folks.
And in Japan, they're fucking
and in Japan
huge
too. What the fuck? This is great. The production value of this is awesome. Looks like Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah. There's that tongue. I believe she's solar powered, so she wasn't powered up yet. That's the problem.
Okay. Oh no.
Fruit by the foot, everybody.
Stretch Armstrong.
Stretch Armstrong.
Whoa, what the hell? You know, nothing says 16mm sitcoms quite like whatever the hell this is.
Who knows what 1982 Japan was filming something of this low budget.
Okay. And imagine what 1960s Japanese television must have been like.
Yeah.
This was the 80s. Oh, wow. The music's great. Sweet disco beat.
Oh yeah, 70s Kamen Rider soundtrack. Amazing. I don't understand what she did.
She didn't do anything. She held up her sword and it was like, nah, I'm out.
star version, the movie.
Wow.
That's
That
it,
was
folks.
amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That has, as of yesterday, been removed from YouTube, and I just felt a part of it needs to be shared again. They won't get us for that. So
Well,
we're
thank
good.
you for bringing that to my attention, Adam. I very much appreciate it. There you have it, folks. Thank you so much for tuning into the pre-show. Thank you, Adam, for joining and watching all of these wonderfully outdated commercials. We got lots more coming up. We've got an episode of Mr. Ed. We've got an episode of the Monkees. We got an episode of the Beverly Hillbillies. I still haven't picked the fourth one, so at this point, I have no idea. It's a surprise. I hope you enjoy them and all of the further outdated commercials that you have left to see. Thank you so much for joining, Adam. It was a blast.
I love a surprise. Surprise.
Very good. Well, on that culturally outdated stereotype,
say
we
goodbye,
will see
Betty.
you. Bye, Betty.
Oh, wait, look at the back cover.
Even more beautiful.
3-pearl necklace.
Next, you split the shrimp before dipping them in the batter. Important part of French frying is having fat at the right temperature for every batch you put in. We'll skip that. Then when...
Skip it, Mother?
Well, you can't regulate the temperature of fat.
I can with my new range. It has a built-in deep fat fryer with an automatic temperature control.
Really?
I just turn this dial to the temperature the recipe calls for, and that's all there is to it.
Well, that's something I never saw on a range before.
I know it, Mother. Only Hot Point has this automatic built-in French fryer.
And come to think of it, I've never really had a good look at your new Hot Point range. What does this mean, automatic griddle?
Mother, my Hot Point has the most wonderful, easiest to clean griddle you ever saw. You just plug it in. See? And when it's not in use, you have all this work surface.
Looks like your answer to Jim's Sunday morning breakfast of pancakes.
It sure is. I can make 8 at a time.
Oh, say, look at the size of that oven.
I'll never forget last Thanksgiving, Mother. You trying to put that big turkey into your oven?
Yes.
This oven will hold that turkey plus all the trimmings. And look.
2 ovens.
Mm-hmm. That's my Hot Point thrift oven.
Oh, 2 ovens? Golden griddle? French fryer? Oh, your father's been promising me a new range for years. I'm going to tell him Hot Point.
See the great new 1954 Hot Point electric ranges at your Hot Point dealers soon. Hot Point, quality appliances at reasonable cost.